We want to welcome each of you back to your school buildings and thank you for all you do to help our students be successful. To help you be successful, we are going to discuss grading and reporting in School Max. This video will share a few tips and reminders about the grading and reporting procedures to keep in mind, as well as how the grading procedures can be applied when entering grades in School Max. In the rationale section of Administrative Procedure 5121, it indicates that grading is based upon the degree of success an individual student has achieved in completing the educational program designed to meet his or her unique needs. Grades should reflect a student's ability to demonstrate learning outcomes, be given only in accordance with the achievement based on specific learning outcomes and approved curricula, and be based on summative assessments and the completion of formative and practice assessments. To find Administrative Procedure, or AP 5121, please search Administrative Procedures on the PGCPS website and navigate to the level that matches your building, elementary, middle, or high. Then review the entire AP as a refresher or an introduction to PGCPS grading practices. Each AP outlines the specific procedure for each specific grade band. Each administrative procedure details several key elements to keep in mind as you complete grading activities. The procedures identify the following: the three grading categories, classwork, independent assignments, and assessments, and the weights for each in the gradebook. The responsibilities of each teacher to record and report grades. The procedure to apply good faith effort, makeup work, and when to assign a zero. And finally, the exclusion of the benchmark assessments as a grade in the gradebook. All AP 5121s detail the minimum number of assignments that the classroom teacher must record in SchoolMax each week. Keep in mind that a minimum of 2 numerical grades must be entered per week in each subject for each student unless the class only meets once a week. Then only 1 grade will be recorded, or other exceptions as noted in AP 5121, such as pre-K, for example. In the grading AP, when assigning grades in the 3 categories, classwork, independent assignments, and assessments, teachers should ensure the connection to current or previous content standards and provide feedback that is prompt, specific, understandable to the student, and allows for self-adjustment by the student. Classwork is intended to 1, be completed with the teacher available to observe, answer questions, and or interact with the student while completing the work. 2, involve interaction among students with their peers. 3, align to previously taught skill or concepts and or used for review, practice, and enrichment. And 4, be completed during class time. Independent assignments are intended to 1, be completed separately from the teacher. 2, be given to the student as a chance to apply what they learned in the classroom. 3, align to a previously taught skill or concept and or used for review, practice, and enrichment. And 4, at the elementary level, not required for submission on Mondays or the day following schools being closed. And in secondary, due on the next day of scheduled classes, and should not be required for submission the day following schools being closed. Finally, assessments are intended to 1. Measure the successful acquisition of learning and or mastery of a set of standards. 2. Be completed with or without teacher observation. 3. Align to a previously taught skill or concept and or used for review, practice, or enrichment. 4. Allow students to demonstrate mastery in various modalities and formats. And 5. Be differentiated so that all students can experience success and work independently. In high school, keep in mind that assessments done for practice should not be assessed in terms of a grade, but in terms of completeness. And formative assessments, in which the teacher is gauging progress towards a goal, should not be assessed in terms of a grade, but also in terms of completeness. In the grading AP, there are weights established for each course in each of the three grading categories: classwork, independent assignments, and assessments. Teachers will need to ensure there are assignments for each of the three categories in their gradebook. At the beginning of each school year, category weights are configured in the gradebook in SchoolMax per AP 5121. Teachers will need to verify those weights at the beginning of the grading period. However, not edit or create additional categories. Teachers need to be aware of the impact that individual assignments have on students' overall grades. According to Administrative Procedure 5121, for all categories weighted 20% or more, teachers must enter a minimum of 4 grades each quarterly marking period. If a course meets only once a week, the minimum of 4 grades must be recorded in the grading categories of the highest weight. Note, if the teacher overrides a grade based on the assignment scores entered for that grading period, he or she is required to retain supporting documentation for 5 additional school years and make available for inspection upon request. Consistency in the gradebook is important. It is recommended that teachers enter the raw scores for their assignments when entering scores in SchoolMax. Scores of less than 10 points in value do not provide students ample opportunity for a range of achievements that fairly reflect their performance. With that in mind, it is recommended that all assignment scores should be greater than 10 points and less than or equal to 100 points in value. In order to have a balanced gradebook and effectively show how well a student is progressing in a course, a consistent grading scale should be used when entering assignment scores in SchoolMax. Because we use a weighted gradebook, SchoolMax will automatically calculate both the percentage for the individual assignment and the weighted percentage for the entire category. 2 adjustments were made to the grading and reporting administrative procedures in terms of good faith effort, which are designed to encourage learners and keep them from becoming disengaged. The first adjustment was teachers shall assign a minimum grade of 50% to all assignments or assessments for which the student completed the entire assignment and made a good faith effort. Evidence of a good faith effort by the student includes student demonstration of persistence, striving for accuracy, time on task, or trying alternative methods to approach an assignment. The second adjustment outlined in the AP was that students and or their parents or guardians may request one additional opportunity to improve a score on a qualifying assessment, activity, or assignment that demonstrates knowledge of course content, skill, and standards. In order to resubmit an assignment, students must have completed and submitted the original assignment on time and participated in a reteaching opportunity. As you might realize, zeros in the gradebook have a significant impact on a student's overall grade. Even 1 0 can be academically debilitating, and it actually creates a mathematical inequality. There are several questions that each teacher should consider before entering a 0 in the gradebook. Has the student exhibited a good faith effort? Have you contacted the student and/or parent regarding the work? Are there outside factors impacting the student's ability to complete the work? How well does the grade reflect the student's mastery of the content? Or has the student requested an additional opportunity to improve? As you review these questions, connect with students and their parents to make a determination if any of these factors apply and if they should be considered in the grading process. Our district will continue to administer reading and mathematics benchmarks to measure student achievement. While these benchmarks are required for students in reading language arts for grades 3 through 10 and mathematics for K through 8, Algebra 1, Algebra 2, geometry, and quantitative modeling, students should not receive a grade for their participation or performance on the benchmarks. Data from the benchmarks is intended to create a snapshot of student performance and inform instructional practices at each school. Teachers are encouraged to use the notes field in SchoolMax to enter anecdotal notes for assignments where special circumstances or modifications and accommodations were applied. Both teachers and parents will be able to view the notes entered into SchoolMax. Again, I want to take time to thank you for all you have done and continue to do to support our students. Remember, with grace, patience, and empathy, we will all continue to support students so that they may achieve academic success. This video has been brought to you by the Office of Academics in collaboration with the Technology Training Team. For additional questions regarding grading and reporting procedures, please contact your building administration.